Scott, here's the deal, bro. You ready? Hello? Scott Stamper there? Scott? Hello?
Yeah.
Scott Stamper there?
Uh,
Hey, this is Rodney Jenkins over at Cookie Lipschit's office. How are you?
yeah.
Alright, here's the deal. Cookie's willing to go to 21.9 on the Jeep. And she's willing to put another 10 on the house. How's that sound?
No,
What?
no can do.
Okay. Do you have a counter offer for her, or it's just like
No,
that's it?
garbage.
What?
I got all day to sell for 30.
Yeah, but you don't though. That's the thing you're missing, bro. Like you're the enemy of the state. You're looking at a lengthy jail sentence.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are, dude. Like they're after you. They're gonna get you one way or the other. They put KY in the corner, baby. So here's what I'm offering you, okay?
Yeah.
You take Cookie's offer, we're willing to transfer that to any account of your choosing. Maybe you get yourself incorporated properly in Delaware or in the Cayman Islands, and that way when you get out of jail, you got a little fallback cash.
Uh,
Otherwise, I mean, the state of Kentucky ultimately is going to just absorb all of your assets. The Gladiator, the house, the refrigerators, all your mannequins, your t-shirt collection, everything. They're going to make it like you were never around. So what I'm offering you is this. Is it the most sensible arrangement? I mean, if you weren't looking at jail time, I'd say no. Like, tell Rodney to fuck off. But, like, the facts are the facts. You're cooked. And I think it'd be smart, if and when you get out of jail, to know that you got, a quarter of a rock sitting somewhere. In a tin can and a Sanka can buried. You know what I mean?
yeah.
If you continue to let these public defenders lead you astray, you're gonna end up like in the fucking tin can with nothing, and they're all gonna steal whatever's left over. Do you understand? At least this way, you're in control. I mean, you can you can collateralize that for protection or per diem while you're in the joint, and then you got a little something left over if and when you get out. I know I've given you a lot to think about, but you might want to take a little time to think about it. And I mean, look, you know, $250,000 is a lot better than nothing. Scotty,
Yeah, I'm cooking.
I know you're cooking, bro. You're always cooking. I think you should utilize this opportunity. I think this is a win-win for everybody. I think you should you know, yeah, they'll put this all in writing, by the way. I mean, odds are she won't be around when you get out of the joint. Everybody wins. Because I think this whole other thing's going to be used against you when you go to like trial for this whole thing about the chick with the sweaty tits. I think this has been set up all along since you're, they since long before your father passed away. Scotty, we know what's up, man. We know that you're a provocative guy. That you've been in the crosshairs of the government, specifically the Illuminati and the Jews, for a long time, right?
Sure.
Pardon me?
Sure.
You don't agree, or here's another idea for tax purposes. You ready, Scott?
Yeah.
Why don't you? Are you familiar with like the Clinton Foundation? That was a question.
No, I don't hear you.
Pardon me?
Didn't hear you.
I said, are you familiar with the Clinton Foundation?
Not really.
Okay. Are you familiar with the Cookie Lipschitz Foundation?
I,
I think you've heard of it. Who hasn't? So here's the deal. If you don't want to sell your interest in your Jeep in your home to Cookie herself as an individual, you could always donate, right? Or, in fiduciary terms, loan the value of those two items to the Cookie Lipschitz Foundation. And to avoid, outside prying eyes, etc., litigators, courts, IRS, that could be an interesting way for all of us to avoid taxes long term. In other words, like when you are let out of Shawshank, when you're like 70 or whatever, you'd be able to collect those funds in full and mitigating any fees or taxes, that could be incurred between now and then. So that's another option. Scott, which of those options seems better in your mind currently?
Shawshank.
Pardon me?
Shawshank